O chosen child, even in places your eyes cannot yet perceive, battles are being fought for your protection, and there is a heart placing far greater trust in you than you have ever dared to imagine. I want you to become still in this moment, not because you should fear losing an opportunity, but because what I am about to give you must be received with peace and spiritual awareness. For a long time, you have quietly prayed for a sign, for confirmation that the journey you are walking is not meaningless and that your months of patient endurance have not disappeared into oblivion. Today, I come to remind you that the prayers spoken in solitude, the sighs no one heard, and even the tears you quickly wiped away have never been forgotten. Certain movements began long ago, although you cannot yet see their results clearly. Everything is quietly rearranging the road ahead so that what belongs to you may arrive at the appointed time, while what was never meant for you may be gently removed from your life. You have wondered why some events seemed powerful enough to bring you down. Yet in the end, you still rose again. Even though your legs were trembling and your heart carried many wounds, you have also been surprised when certain doors suddenly closed, while elsewhere a new path opened without requiring you to compete for it. These things were not the cold coincidences of life. There were times when I closed a road because hidden beyond it was an exhaustion you had not yet recognized. There were also times when I delayed an answer because what you were asking for was smaller than what I was preparing. You saw only the moment of rejection, while I saw where you would end up if you continued through that door. You felt only silence, while I was using that very silence to draw you away from voices that confused you. Understand that protection does not always appear as a radiant miracle. Sometimes it takes the form of separation, rejection, delay, or a plan that must be changed. What causes you sorrow today may be the very wall protecting you from a deeper pain tomorrow. Therefore, do not interpret the pressure surrounding you as evidence that you have been abandoned. In some seasons, the closer you move toward maturity, the heavier responsibility feels upon your shoulders. This is not because I desire to exhaust you, but because you are being trained to carry something of lasting value. You have noticed that you are more sensitive to insincere words, less willing to compromise with what once wounded you, and increasingly drawn toward a life of integrity. This does not mean you are becoming distant or difficult to approach. It means wisdom is growing within you. I am teaching you to distinguish kindness from excessive accommodation, and compassion from allowing others to continually cross your boundaries. When you learn to guard the peace I have placed within you, you are also protecting your calling. Because those who do not know how to guard their hearts easily spend their strength on things that are unworthy of it. There is someone who sees qualities in you that you sometimes forget. That person may not have expressed everything openly. They may simply be observing how you rise after failure, how you remain kind despite being treated unfairly, and how you continue fulfilling your responsibilities when no one praises you. Genuine faith in another person is not always loud. It may appear in a recommendation spoken when you are absent, in the defense of your reputation when you are not present to defend yourself, in a prayer offered during the night, or in an opportunity being prepared before your name is ever mentioned. Therefore, do not quickly conclude that you are alone merely because you have not yet heard someone affirm you. Many of the most beautiful things are being nurtured in silence, like a seed beneath dark soil that continues reaching toward the light. Yet I also want you to understand that your worth does not depend entirely upon whether anyone believes in you. The confidence of others may support you, but it is not your ultimate foundation. There will be days when people encourage you, and there will also be days when they no longer possess the strength to continue beside you. If you build all your hope upon praise, you will become unstable when the applause stops. Therefore, I am leading you back to a deeper place, where you recognize that you are precious not because of achievement, position, or recognition, but because you were created with purpose and loved even in the days when you were still incomplete. The person placing confidence in you is only a sign reminding you of what I saw from the beginning. I have always known who you could become, even while you were still doubting yourself. The battles taking place around you are not intended to turn you into someone who is constantly guarded and suspicious. I do not want you to live obsessed with the idea that everyone is against you, or that terrifying secrets lie behind every event. True protection brings clarity rather than panic. It makes you calmer instead of keeping you awake at night. When I warn you, I also give you wisdom to respond. When I separate you from a relationship, I also heal the emptiness that remains. When I reveal that something is not right, I do not ask you to retaliate, but guide you to step back with dignity. You do not need to fight with harsh words or prove yourself before everyone. Some battles are won through timely silence, through the decision not to react in anger, and through continuing to live uprightly when others expect you to lose your composure. Therefore, in the days ahead, walk slowly but steadily. Do not allow the urgency of the world to force you into hurried decisions. What truly belongs to you will not require you to betray your good values in order to keep it. The right door will not demand that you sacrifice your peace, honor, or self-respect. Observe what brings clarity, patience, and maturity, while remaining cautious toward whatever produces haste, fear, or a desperate desire to prove yourself. I will not lead you through chaos. Even though a new road may make you feel nervous, beneath that emotion, there will still be a persistent peace. Like a quiet stream flowing beneath dry ground, you do not need to perform a particular action, speak certain words, or make an outward gesture to prove that you have received this message. The most beautiful response is found in the way you live after hearing it. Let faith become perseverance when results have not yet appeared, kindness when you have every reason to become bitter, discernment when an attractive invitation is presented, and courage to say no to what diminishes you. Faith is not found in a loud voice. It is revealed through quiet choices, repeated each day. When you keep your promises, work sincerely, treat others fairly, and know when to rest, you are confirming that you believe you are being guided. Finally, beloved child, remember that you are not facing this entire journey alone. There are forms of support you have already seen, and there are forms of protection you will understand only when you look back. The person who believes in you may be part of that preparation, but I am the one who never takes my eyes off you. I know the weaknesses you hide, and I know the times you smile to reassure others while inwardly exhausted. Even so, I continue calling you forward. Not because you have never been afraid, but because you have repeatedly chosen not to let fear control you. Lift your head, keep your heart tender, and keep your eyes discerning. What is being formed around you is not meant to confuse you. but to lead you into a more mature season of life, where you no longer beg to be acknowledged because you understand that you are seen, supported, and entrusted with a precious journey. I am going before you to open the way, walking beside you to strengthen your steps, and standing behind you to guard what you cannot yet protect on your own. Therefore, move forward in peace, because what belongs to you is drawing near in an orderly, gentle, and perfectly timed manner. You are becoming someone who no longer needs to bow down in search of approval from those who have never understood the road I placed before you. Deep within, a quiet transformation is taking place, causing you to become less troubled by doubtful looks, hasty judgments, or the coldness of others. You once believed that their recognition was necessary before you could trust your own worth. But now you are beginning to understand that what I planted within you does not require anyone's permission to grow. The stability developing within you is neither boastful nor loud, and it does not need to prove itself. It is revealed in the calm way you continue moving forward, even when no one yet sees the good thing you are building. You are not becoming strong because every trial has disappeared, but because you know whose hand is guiding you, whose light is illuminating your steps, and whose love continues to cover you amid uncertain days. There was a time when fear entered nearly every thought, causing you to hesitate before necessary decisions and withdraw from new doors. You once feared that a single mistake could cause everything to collapse, or that one rejection could prove you were unworthy. But, my child, the things that once bound you are gradually losing their power because you no longer view yourself through the eyes of your past. I am teaching you to see yourself with greater gentleness, righteousness, and clarity. You are no longer a person controlled by old wounds, nor must you continue living beneath the shadow of memories that caused you to doubt yourself. Each time you choose peace instead of panic, and patience instead of an impulsive reaction, you are stepping out of the invisible cage that once limited your life. This new confidence does not arise from favorable circumstances, but from the knowledge that you have never been abandoned. Therefore, do not be afraid when everything around you begins to change. Some things may appear to be breaking apart, when in reality they are being separated to make room for a better order. Certain relationships may become distant. Some plans may no longer fit, and some roads may suddenly close before you understand why. Do not immediately assume that you are suffering loss, because many times I must remove from your hands what has become too small for the journey ahead. What is familiar may make you feel safe, but familiarity does not always mean something is right. I am rearranging your life one part at a time, gently yet decisively, so that everything around you may come into alignment with the maturity developing within you. If you continue trying to preserve the old version of your life, you will struggle to enter the spacious place I am preparing. This transition is also causing words that once wounded you to lose their ability to penetrate the peace you have learned to protect. In the past, a single judgment could occupy your thoughts for days. A cold attitude could make you wonder what you had done wrong, and a misunderstanding could rob you of sleep. But now you are realizing that not every spoken word deserves to be stored within your heart. You do not need to accept the false definitions others place upon your life. I am giving you wisdom to distinguish between correction that helps you grow and mere noise coming from people who view you through their own limitations. When you know what you belong to, You will no longer allow outward voices to determine your inward worth. Your peace will no longer remain an open door through which anyone may enter and create disorder. However, I also want you to understand that true strength does not mean becoming cold or closed. You do not need to build walls so high that even love cannot reach you. I am teaching you to establish boundaries while remaining compassionate, to walk away without carrying resentment, and to forgive without returning to places that continually wound you. You can be tender while remaining firm, generous without allowing yourself to be exploited, and willing to listen without losing the truthful voice within you. This balance will protect you in the coming seasons. As greater opportunities appear, you will need an open heart, but you will also need discerning eyes to recognize what truly belongs to you. When a door closes, allow it to close in peace. When someone chooses to leave, do not immediately chase after them and beg them to stay. Not every departure is punishment. Some separations are the means by which I free you from distraction, exhaustion, and cycles that no longer produce life. Your future requires clarity. And clarity sometimes comes only when you possess enough courage to stop holding what has already reached its ending. You cannot walk lightly while carrying too many burdens from yesterday. Therefore, I am helping you release unanswered questions, unfulfilled expectations, and connections that continually force you to make yourself smaller. What is truly meant for you will not require you to sacrifice your dignity, peace, or sincerity in order to preserve it. During this time, I am also training you to become more disciplined, because what is approaching will require not only faith, but maturity. You are learning to manage your time, words, emotions, and resources with greater care. The small things you do each day are preparing you for greater responsibilities. Do not underestimate the moments when you choose to rest at the proper time. Refuse an unnecessary argument. Complete your work quietly. Or keep a promise you made to yourself. Each of these actions is building a firm foundation for your future. I do not want to entrust you with something great while you still do not know how to preserve peace amid busyness. I want you to enter abundance without being swept away. Receive love without losing yourself, and experience success while maintaining a pure heart. The good opportunities ahead will require you to focus upon what truly matters. There will be many voices calling, many invitations, and many paths that appear attractive. But you do not need to enter all of them. You need only enter what is aligned with your purpose. Maturity is not measured by how many options you possess, but by your ability to recognize what should be kept and what must be refused. I am developing discernment within you so that you no longer confuse opportunity with temptation, busyness with progress, or temporary attention with enduring love. When you know where you are going, you will no longer be pulled away by things that are beautiful only on the surface. My child, continue moving forward with the quiet confidence I am placing in your heart. You do not need to speak loudly to prove you are strong, nor must you tell everyone everything you have endured in order to earn respect. Let the peace in your eyes, the firmness of your choices, and the kindness of your life speak on your behalf. The right people will recognize that value without requiring you to beg them to see it. The right doors will open without forcing you to lose yourself in order to pass through them. The things belonging to your future will arrive at the proper time. When you are steady enough to receive them with gratitude, rather than fear. I am with you through every transition, and nothing truly meant for you can be taken away. Be at peace, because your life is not falling apart. It is being rearranged to become clearer, freer, and more aligned with the person you are becoming. I am teaching you to trust the deep discernment within you, because the wisdom I have placed there does not speak without a reason. When your heart suddenly loses its peace concerning a person, a statement, or a situation, do not immediately dismiss that feeling merely because you fear disappointing someone. You were not created to continually betray your own peace in order to preserve a pleasant outward appearance for something inwardly unstable. Your peace is precious. The road you are walking is important, and what I have entrusted to your life must not be treated lightly. Therefore, I want you to stand firmly in what you have discerned, without pride or condemnation, but also without trembling or doubting yourself. What is being revealed today is part of the protection I am giving you, so that you will not have to pay tomorrow with deeper wounds. I know you have sensed that something was different for a long time, but you chose silence because you did not want to create tension. You wondered whether you were being too sensitive, whether it was only a passing moment of anxiety, or whether everything would eventually return to normal. You tried to view others with goodwill and searched for gentle explanations for the things that made your heart heavy. This reveals your compassion. But, beloved child, compassion does not mean closing your eyes to truth. Gentleness does not require you to allow everyone into the deepest places of your life. There are times when love must walk together with boundaries, and wisdom must stand beside mercy, so that the goodness within you does not become an opportunity for others to exploit. Therefore, what you are feeling is not a meaningless coincidence. I have used that uneasiness like a small bell, awakening your attention before something hidden becomes more serious. I am not terrifying you. I am merely directing your eyes toward what you have avoided seeing. I am not planting suspicion. I am helping you distinguish between a kind appearance and a genuine motive, between sweet words and the results they produce in your life. When you are continually required to diminish yourself, explain reasonable boundaries, or remain silent about what is stealing your peace, it is time to stop and observe. What belongs to goodness will never force you to lose yourself in order to maintain it. You have noticed that the more you try to forget the matter, the more clearly it returns. The more you convince yourself that it is insignificant, the heavier your heart becomes. Do not interpret this as weakness. That heaviness exists because truth cannot remain buried forever beneath excuses. When I decide to bring light into a hidden place, no covering can conceal it permanently. You may not yet see the whole picture, but you have been shown enough to know that you need to slow down. You do not need to rush into confrontation, nor must you announce your suspicions to everyone. I only need you to remain calm, alert, and unwilling to continue granting access to what you cannot yet trust. Your maturity in this season will not be measured by the force of your reaction, but by your ability to remain discerning when your emotions are disturbed. You do not need to prove that you are right through harsh words, nor must you argue until others acknowledge what I have allowed you to recognize. Some truths need only time before they speak for themselves. Some intentions reveal themselves more quickly the longer they are concealed through behavior, because words may be carefully arranged, but long-term results cannot be imitated forever. Therefore, observe how that person responds to your boundaries. how they react when their every desire is no longer satisfied, and how they behave when there is no advantage to gain. These things will tell you more than any promise they make. While you are observing, do not allow fear to occupy your thoughts. I am not revealing this so that you will become suspicious of everyone. I am helping you close a door that is no longer safe, so that your heart may remain open to the sincere things I will bring. Do not allow one dishonest person to destroy your trust in all people. Do not allow one painful experience to turn caution into a wall, separating you from love. I want you to establish boundaries without becoming cold. Remain alert without becoming suspicious. And know how to step back without nurturing bitterness. This is the balance I am forming within you. Remember that you are not responsible for making everyone comfortable with the choices that preserve your peace. When you need distance, you are permitted to step back. When a conversation continually exhausts you, you are allowed to end it respectfully. When someone desires access to you only to control, exploit, or disrupt the good thing I am building, you have the right to close that door without carrying guilt. Boundaries are not punishment. They are the protective fence surrounding a garden you spent many seasons cultivating. Not everyone has the right to enter the place where I am planting new seeds within your life. I know that you sometimes fear that choosing yourself will make you selfish. But protecting what I entrusted to you is not selfishness, it is responsibility. You cannot accomplish the good things ahead if you continue allowing unhealthy relationships to drain your strength, disrupt your focus, and make you doubt your worth. Some people are familiar only with the version of you who always surrendered, so they will become uncomfortable when you begin saying no. Their discomfort does not mean you are wrong. Sometimes it is simply evidence that your new boundary has reached a place they once crossed without restraint. Therefore, do not quickly return to what I am leading you away from merely because you feel lonely for a moment. The emptiness following a separation is not always a loss. Sometimes it is the necessary space for something healthier to enter. Do not fill that space with former connections merely because they are familiar. What is familiar is not always safe, and what is new is not always frightening. Allow me to purify what surrounds you, rearrange your relationships, and draw you toward people who value sincerity without attempting to possess it. Beloved child, remain close to me during these days. Do not allow outward voices to become louder than the gentle guidance within you. When you do not know what to do, choose what preserves your peace, dignity, and purity. When you do not yet possess enough evidence to reach a conclusion, slow down rather than moving deeper. When someone continually leaves you confused, look at their actions instead of clinging to their promises. I will not allow you to remain trapped in uncertainty forever. What needs to be known will gradually become clear, and what needs to leave will reveal itself through the results it produces. Be steadfast, because you are not walking through this season of discernment alone. I am going before you, removing whatever could divert your journey, while strengthening your courage so that you do not return to what has already been exposed. You do not need to fear losing someone merely because you have begun respecting yourself. What truly belongs to you will not require you to sacrifice peace in order to keep it. What is sent through love will not continually make you feel small, insecure, or compelled to apologize for reasonable needs. I am leading you into a clearer place, where hidden motives cannot control you. Distorted words cannot make you forget who you are. and closed doors will no longer cause you to panic. Trust the wisdom I have placed within you. Keep your heart tender, but let your steps remain firm, because truth itself is freeing you from what you once lacked the courage to face. There will be people who do not understand the change unfolding within your life, because they cannot see what I am showing you. They may doubt, question, or attempt to pull you back toward the former version of yourself with which they were comfortable. Do not become confused because of this, and do not allow the insecurity within others to become a cord around your feet. Their fear belongs to their journey. It is not a voice with authority to determine your future. What is approaching has been prepared in accordance with the ability, maturity, and responsibility you have quietly cultivated. Therefore, not everyone standing near you will be able to understand its value. Some people see only the outward transformation, but they do not know how many long nights you endured in order to possess today's calmness. Some see only the door opening before you, but they do not know that you once stood before closed paths, waited patiently, and learned not to become bitter when events did not unfold as you hoped. Therefore, you do not need to force everyone to understand you, and you certainly do not need to make yourself smaller in order to make them comfortable. Remember that not every voice speaking around you contains wisdom. Some words arise from sincere love, while others come from limitation, prejudice, or the speaker's own fear. I am not teaching you to reject every form of counsel, but I want you to distinguish between guidance that brings greater clarity and interference that draws you back into fear. True discernment does not create confusion, make you feel worthless, or force you to betray the goodness growing within you. When advice genuinely comes from wisdom, it helps you look more deeply, slow down when necessary, and act from a place of peace. By contrast, voices that simply want to keep you in your former position will often make you feel guilty for changing, ashamed for maturing, or afraid because you are about to enter something unfamiliar. Listen with a discerning heart, but do not surrender authority over your life to anyone merely because they speak more loudly or appear more certain than you.